Number one, we don't know where these water sources are. But I think as a landowner, I have a real opposition against being limited to what I can do legally on my own property. And I'd like to have Mr. Berghoffen, through you, explain why this isn't a taking of my rights on my property.
We will get to that, but we had a couple other hands up first. Ken?
Again, Ken Brown. Article 17, in my opinion, this whole article, I believe, should be defeated. It's a sham to me. It is required to Poland Springs and the water company. This is the whole statute as it stands right now. The proposal to change that whole chapter, I do not believe should be done. There's no need to change the whole. It's only being changed for the gain of people that are already involved in the water extraction. To reply with to this individual back here, whom I do not know, I do believe that he is correct. They don't know, or we don't know, what's going to happen in the outlying areas. Are they going to tap Kimball Pond? Are they going to go to Child's Pond and extract water from it? People may not know where these bodies of water are. They're in North Fryburg, Stowe. If you deplete those, you're a deep hymn sheet. I believe this whole article should be defeated. I believe the Board of Land, or whatever it is, Landing Board, yes, sir, thank you, do not, and they relinquish their right to control the water. They should be concerned with what's happening above the ground, as written in the old article. I propose that they be a 3 or a 5-person commission or committee to control the water, separate and apart from the planning board. Thank you.
Can I answer that question earlier about possible taking?
Let's start with what the ordinance currently requires. The existing land use ordinance, regardless of this proposed amendment, requires that any landowner within or outside of the Wards Brook aquifer who chooses to use 10,000 gallons or more a day for commercial purposes must come to the planning board for a permit. The ordinance has some descriptive criteria that the planning board must use with respect to drought and other aspects, but it does not give a lot of detailed criteria. The recent weed corporation permit in the Wards Brook aquifer was brought to the planning board and was managed under that particular provision. Now, what does this ordinance do? It expands upon that particular section, which is in effect an application of what's called home rule. The state of Maine has what's called an absolute dominion rule, which means that if there were no town ordinances, anybody who owns land has the right to withdraw water from it and use it for whatever purpose, subject to some state laws with respect to bulk water extraction and other things. What this ordinance does is balance the idea, going further than the existing ordinance, that you don't have absolute rights. You have rights subject to local control, which seek to protect the environment relative to any water use. So what we did on the planning board, after considering what happened with the weed corporation permit, what we knew and didn't know, we said we need to have more clear criteria to protect the environment. So we added language to the existing law that requires sustainability, that requires consideration of other resources, other impacts. Is this a taking? No, because under Maine law, the town can put conditions that are generally consistent. In other words, you can use the water, but you have to protect the environment in doing it. And the planning board would be the review body in that. So it's a balance. I mean, we can leave it the way it is, and you would still be subject to the same requirements if you've got to go to the planning board and get permission. This just spells out the criteria, makes it clear, and you know where you stand.
My name is Howard Dearborn. I'm a resident of Freiburg for over 50 years. I live on Lovell's Pond. What else do you want to know? I've been insulted. I've been called a liar. I am not a liar. The information in my waterways paper that you people have been reading is correct. If anybody wants to send me any article to put in there, we will look it over and possibly put it in. I have spent $33,000 on a survey of Lovell Pond out of my own pocket. I've spent other money. I am trying to save Lovell Pond. I'm also trying to save Freiburg. Now, you people can do what you want. Whatever you do, you're going to have to live with. But I will continue to try and save the aquifer and Lovell Pond. And anything you want to say to me, you may. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Elbridge, Russell from East Freiburg. I'd like to start by thanking the people on the planning board, the hard volunteers and work hard, as well as the other volunteers who give input, and as well as everyone on all boards and committees. They are volunteers. They are here to listen to us. So as we speak this morning, please tell them what you want and how you'd like to see it. I'm very happy to see people out here and wanting to discuss it. And if you let them know how you'd like to see it today, and if you want it to come back in a different form, please tell them, please show up at meetings, continue to participate, so it's your ordinance when you finally get it, rather than just defeat it. If you want to defeat it, you don't want to let it come back, let them know that. But it seems like we do need to always keep changing things, so please participate past today, and try to support and join committees or join boards, so you can get it the way you want before we get to town meeting. And one of the suggestions, it's been kind of a volatile issue, is perhaps consider doing this as a secret ballot when you finally vote. Thank you.
Robert Johnson. I'd just like to make a comment on Mr. Crafter's comment. He said that we need a more complete analysis. I think that's Mr. Crafter said we need a more complete analysis. Those were his exact words a short time ago. And I believe we do need a more complete analysis. There is still work to be done, and there's no reason to vote in favor of something that isn't finished.